Greetings yet again, YouTube. Welcome to another edition of Paisano's Music and Vinyl Talk. Tonight, rock and roll, as personified by this group that we're going to talk about tonight, ACDC. I got more than a few ACDC albums, so I figure I might as well start getting them out of the way. And what better way to start it off than with Let There Be Rock. This is a gem amongst ACDC albums. I mean, all the early ones are pretty good. This was no exception. The brothers Young, Angus, and Malcolm handling the guitar duties, and the great Bon Scott on vocals. I mean, come on. That's rock and roll right there. Angus, I don't know where that kid learned how to play guitar, but he is quite the rock and roll guitarist. And it just amazes, ACDC in general just amazes me. It's like there's not too much that differentiates each of their albums, yet they're all incredible, especially, the first 10 or 12, Great albums. This one came out in 1977. This one was most likely purchased at the South Shore Plaza at the old Strawberries record store. I'm going to say that it was probably purchased there over Quincy Records, although I could be wrong. Definitely purchased a long time ago, probably the mid-'80s. A very good pickup. Let's go over the highlights of this one. Let There Be Rock, the title track. Wow. Good stuff there. Tremendous guitar work. I mean, everybody always focuses on Angus, but let me tell you something. Malcolm was the man. Malcolm held down the fort. His rhythm guitar was AC/DC. No question about it. As much as Angus's solos were. And Bon Scott, just the perfect front man. Tremendous loss when they lost him 2 years later. But that's another story for another album down the road. Problem Child. I mean, these are all songs you hear on the radio, the classic rock stations. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. Whole Lotta Rosie. Bad Boy Boogie. I mean, come on. This is a solid rock and roll album, for 1977. Just fantastic. Let me see who they had here. Mark Evans on bass. He was to get the axe shortly thereafter this album, maybe even right after this album, in favor of Cliff Williams, who stayed with them for many years. But the rest of the group, Phil Rudd on drums, Bon Scott on vocals, Angus and Malcolm on guitars, those four were a mainstay of AC/DC. I mean, that's the core that AC/DC was built on, really. But Cliff Williams came in after this album, I believe, for Highway to Hell, or maybe even the live album. If You Want Blood, You Got It. We'll be discussing both those at a later time. This one was released on Atco, which is a subsidiary of Atlantic. They seem to handle most of the hard rock. See the Atco label there? Very colorful. All right, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. This is Paisano's Music and Vinyl Talk signing off. See you next time, YouTube. Thanks for watching.